Hi guys, and welcome to the Crux template Squarespace tutorial. So this tutorial is for 7.1. If you are still on Squarespace 7.0, just scroll up on the page and watch that other tutorial. But we're going to get right into it. So if you don't already have a website, you're going to go to Get Started. If you do already have a website, go to your account dashboard and find your website here and click Edit. So I'm going to create a site. So it's going to take you to this templates page. I recommend just starting with this first one here, Baylord. It doesn't matter too much, but just so you can follow along with the video, just do that one. Okay, if you already have a website, you are not going to see those template options. That is totally fine. You will still be able to do everything that I show in this video. So okay, my site title, I'm just going to call this Crux, continue, and I'm just going to skip these tutorials. Okay, so now you're going to see this page. I recommend opening the demo website in another tab just so you can follow along and see that everything looks right. The URL is cruxtheme.squarespace.com. If you are on 7.1, which if you're watching this, you should be, yours is going to look a tiny bit different. There are a few things that are just a little bit different, but I will point those out when we get there. So this is pretty much what your website will look like when we're done. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're going to do is add our pages. So I'm going to go to Pages, and you'll see all these demo pages. So what you're just going to do is click that little trash can next to each link and delete all the pages. When you get to home, if you try to click that trash can, it will tell you that you can't do it because that is your home page right now. So just leave that one there for now. In your downloads, there's going to be a folder called Crux Tutorials. When you open it, you'll see 7.0 and 7.1. Open up 7.1, and that first screenshot you see, it's called Pages. So what we're going to do is go through and recreate the screenshot. So we're going to start with home. So under main navigation here, that little plus sign, you're going to click it and click blank page. And then you're going to call that home. What I'm going to do now is hover over it, click that gear icon, and I'm going to set that as my home page. Okay, so once we do that, we can go in and delete this demo page. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to keep going. I'm going to add another blank page. And our next page is called About. So I'm going to create that, drag it down. Next, we have a blog. So this one is, we're going to go down a little bit, this little pen icon where it says blog. We're going to do that one. So then it's going to give you a couple different options. You're going to choose blog 4. Okay, I'm just going to name that blog. And drag that under my About page. Next we have this folder called Portfolio. So I'm going to click that plus sign, open or choose Folder, and call it Portfolio. Alright, so you'll see we have a couple pages under that, and you'll notice in the screenshot 2 of them are crossed out. There is a reason for that, and I will explain later. So for now, we're just going to do that one blank page. So under Portfolio, click Add Page, blank page, call it Weddings. And you can name these pages whatever you want. If, for example, you're a portrait photographer, you might want to call this section Portraits. You know, it's totally up to you, and I'm going to keep going. Click that plus sign, add another blank page, call it Pricing, add another blank page, and call it Contact. All right, so that is everything under main navigation. Now, under not linked, we have these 2. So I'm going to click that plus sign again, and these are both blogs. So I'm going to click blog. It doesn't matter which one you choose for this one, you'll see later, but just choose whatever blog you want. Name it Travel, And then you're gonna make another blog page. Choose whatever one you want. I'm choosing blog 3. Whoops, go back to pages. Okay, I made the travel one and the testimonial one didn't work, so I'm gonna try that again. There we go. Okay, and name this one testimonials. Okay, perfect. So now our pages are done. Next step is our design settings. So I'm going to close this screenshot. I'm going to open my folder back up, this folder called To Design. Click in there. And this should be in order. So number 1 is fonts. I'm going to open that and you'll see different screenshots in there. So I have my fonts folder open. I'm going to go back to Squarespace, click Home, click Design, and then click Fonts. Okay, so that's going to take me to this page. I'm going to open up the first screenshot in that folder. It's called One Headings. So I just have it over to the left and then I have my browser on the right so that I can see both at the same time. Okay, so in the fonts page, always use this first box here. So if it's not already selected. Make sure your base size is 16 pixels. Click that little gear icon. And here, you're going to be able to edit all your fonts. So I'm going to go into headings and just follow along with the screenshot. So font family, go to browse all fonts and type in Lust. Okay, so you're going to have to scroll down a bit. This one that just says Lust, that's the right one. So I'm going to do that, hit save, and go back. Okay, so font weight 400, style normal, line height 1.4 em, letter spacing 0, text transform none, and then I'm going to change my heading sizes. So heading 1, I'm going to change to 3.75. Heading 2, I'm going to change to 2.125. Heading 3, I'm going to change to 0.813. Heading 4, I'm going to change to 1.2. Okay, and then I'm going to hit save. And that's it. So now I'm going to open up screenshot number 2. It says paragraph. So in Squarespace, I'm going to hit back. I'm going to go to paragraphs. And then I'm going to do the same thing that we just did for headings. So browse all fonts. Look up Montserrat. Okay. Perfect. Choose Montserrat, hit save, and go back. All right, so weight 400, style normal, line height 1.8, letter spacing 0, text transform none. Paragraph, I'm going to change them all to be the same size, so they're all going to be 0.9. Okay, perfect, and then hit save. So our next screenshot is called buttons. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to choose buttons. Family. Montserrat should be in your style guide now, so you can just choose it there. If you click it and you don't see the checkmark change, that's okay. That's what's happening to me for some reason every time I do this. I think it's just like a Squarespace issue. So if you click it, just hit save after, and it should update even though that checkmark didn't move. So if you go back, you'll see it changed to Montserrat. Okay, so weight 400, style normal, letter spacing 0.15, text transform, we're going to change to uppercase. Size, it's going to be the same for all the buttons, so I'm going to do 0.8. Perfect, and hit save. All right, my next screenshot is called Meta. So I'm going to hit back. I'm going to go to Meta, Family, change it to Montserrat, hit save, go back, weight is 400, style is normal, line height 1.2, letter spacing 0.14, text transform, I'm going to change to uppercase, and base size is going to be 0.8, and hit save. All right, so next thing we have is this folder called Advanced. So I'm going to click in there, and you'll see 2 screenshots. So open up the first one. It's called Site Navigation. here you'll see advanced site navigation. Okay, so in the style, we're going to change it to custom. And then you can go through and change all these settings now. So family is going to be Montserrat, weight is going to be 400, style normal, letter spacing 0.2, text transform is going to be uppercase, line height 1.8, site navigation 0.8. Okay, I'm going to hit save. So open up our next screenshot. It's called site title. So I'm going to hit back, hit site title. Okay, now style is going to change to custom. And now we're going to go through and change all these. Family lust, weight 400, style normal. Letter spacing is going to be 0.21. Text transform is going to be uppercase. So you can see our site title changing here. Line height is 1.4. Site title size is 3.1. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to hit save. And go back. One thing to know when you're in the future, after you're done setting up your template, if you want to change any of this, like say you wanted to change the size of this title, if you click it, it will take you to the settings for that particular part of your website. So if you just hit the title, it'll take you right to that. If you want to edit your navigation, you can click on the navigation, it'll take you right to that. So that way you don't have to browse through every single section when you want to make changes. All right. But that is it for fonts. So I'm going to go all the way back to design, and now I'm going to go into colors. So I'm going to go back to this folder. I'm going to open up folder 2, which says colors, and number 1, which is white minimal. I'm going to open that up and open that first screenshot. Okay, so when you're on Squarespace, in colors, this is what you'll see. You can ignore the color palette. We're not going to use that. Go straight to section themes and choose white minimal first. All right, so screenshot number 1, you'll see it kind of you're just going to go through and copy exactly what is in the screenshot and transfer it here. Okay, so if you started with the same template that I did, these settings should already be correct. If you had a different one, you might need to change these. But okay, that's screenshot number 1. I'm going to open number 2. Okay, so you'll see links. I need to change it to black. So if you just click that little circle, you can go and change it to black. Okay, text links I'm also going to change to black. If you go over to the palette, it'll give you a couple options, and black is in there, so you can use that one, or go to custom and slide all the way down to the bottom right corner. Okay, so now button is next. I'm going to change that gray color. So on the screenshot, you'll see it tells you what to put in here. So HSL 42, 97%, 28%. Okay, and then the text should be white. That's perfect. Everything else looks good. And now we're going to open up screenshot number 3. You'll notice that screenshot number 3 has a name. It's called, or it has like a descriptor or something. I don't know. But you'll notice it's not just a number. It says 3 blog grid. So I'm going to open that one up. And if you keep going here, you'll see that next is portfolio grid overlay. So there is no screenshot for that. The reason for that is you don't have to worry about those settings at all. We're not going to use this anywhere on our website, so that doesn't matter. So what you're going to do is find blog grid in these settings. So just scroll down. We got blog alternating, and there's blog grid. Perfect. So that's all you need to worry about. Everything looks good, except I'm going to change the read more link to black. Okay, and that's it. Make sure to save as you're doing this, just in case your Wi-Fi goes funky or something. You don't want to do all that work and then have it deleted. Okay, so next screenshot is for blog post. So just like before, anything else here you don't need to worry about. It doesn't matter what those settings are. Just scroll down until you find blog post. Okay, perfect. Make sure they are all black. Looks good. Next is 5 form block. So scroll down. to form block. Okay, so only thing we need to change here is our button color. So open that up, change the button color to say 42, 97, 28. Okay, perfect. Next screenshot is 6 summary block. And just make sure those are all black. Looks great. So I'm going to hit save. Okay. So I'm going to close all those screenshots and go back to that folder. Click out of white minimal. Next is white bold. So we're going to do the same thing we just did. Open up that first screenshot. Go back, click section themes, and click that little pencil icon next to white bold. Okay. So here, just go through the screenshot and change everything to match. So I'm going to change that gray color to black. Navigation links are black. Section background we need to change. So when you open it, go to custom, and you can type, just replace that to say 0, 0%, and 97%. And that'll give it kind of like a little bit of a gray tint. All right. Now, I'm going to change all of these text to be black. You can do that in custom or just go to palette and click that black circle. Either one works fine. Okay, so I'm going to hit save. Open up screenshot number 2. So we're still going here. Okay, so links, I'm going to change those both to be black as well. And then I'm going to change my button background color. That's going to be 42, 97%, 28%. Okay, and hit save. And then we have this screenshot called 3 image block poster. So I'm going to open that up. Announcement bar, galleries, that all doesn't matter. So just scroll down until you see image block poster. Here it is. Okay, so title is white, subtitle is white. That looks good. That looks good. Okay. So just make sure that yours matches the screenshot. I didn't put an HSL for the button background because that one actually doesn't matter. We don't need those. All you have to worry about is, these first few. Okay, so that's it for that folder. So I'm going to go back, open up light minimal, screenshot number 1. Go back to Squarespace, click section themes, choose light minimal, and just follow along with the screenshot, just like we've been doing. So section background is going to change. I'm going to go to custom, change it to 35, 97, 77. Okay, text is all black. That looks good. Open up screenshot number 2. Change my links to be black as well. And then change my background. Change my text links to black. Okay, and my button background is going to be 42, 97, 28. Okay, and now I'm going to hit save. So that is all for that folder. So I'm going to go back, open up a dark minimal, screenshot number 1, go back to section themes, light bold we're going to skip, we're not using that one. Open or click the pencil icon next to dark minimal. Site title is white, navigation links are white. Section background, go to custom, change this to 62, 24, 59, and it should be that green color. Okay, and then you're going to change all the text from white, you're going to change it to black. Okay. Okay, perfect. And hit save. Open up screenshot number 2. It's called button. So we don't need to worry about links. Just go straight down to button. Change that background again to 41, 93, 29. and the text is white, and we're good. Hit save. All right, so that is it for all the colors. So we're going to go back to section themes, go back to colors, go back to design. So next, you have animations. Under animations, I have just none. You can play around with those if you want. And I'm going to go to spacing, open up this screenshot called 3 spacing, and change my page width to 1800 pixels. Make sure sight margin is 3VW and hit save. That's it for that one. Go back to design, go to buttons. Okay, open up the buttons screenshot, and I'm just going to change this to style solid, shape square, padding 0.8. Okay, perfect. Hit save. Go back to design, and that's it for design. Okay, so as you can see, there are quite a lot of options. Squarespace 7.1 is great because it's super customizable and you can change the colors and like all the color options and like your buttons for every individual section. Whereas with Squarespace 7.0, if you've ever used it, you know it was very limiting, and any changes you made were site-wide. So you have a lot more customizability now. So I do recommend when you're first setting up your template, just follow along with what I did, use those exact colors. And then after everything is set up, it'll be a little bit easier to kind of go through and make those changes. So I'm going to show you a website called htmlcolorcodes.com. So when you are doing your customizations and matching your colors to your branding and stuff like that, you can use this website to find colors. You can just like drag this along, and then just copy this hex code, and you can, here, I'll show you an example. Go to design, colors, section themes, white minimal. So if you wanted to change your section background, go to custom, select and delete all of that, and then just, copy your hex code right into there. So make sure you do the £, and then copy that hex code, and you'll see it'll change it. So once you're ready to make those customizations, feel free to play around with that. Okay, I'm going to hit cancel on that because I don't want to save that. And yeah, that is it for this video. Now that you're kind of set up and ready to go, next video we're going to build out the homepage.